guys, today's video is going to be a DIY tutorial on how to add pockets to your clothing, and I'm going to show you two different styles, the first being inseam pockets, and the second I'm going to show you our front hip pockets. Now today I'm going to be using a do-it-yourself high waist pants pattern that I cut shorter into shorts since I'm using scrap fabric and I didn't have a lot of it, and this is what it looks like once you cut out your two pieces. Then I'm just going to go ahead and take a sheet of paper, place my hand down on it, and mark 2 dashes wide enough for my hand to fit into it, including a little seam allowance, and just kind of trace this shape or make this shape on the paper. Then you want to go ahead and cut that out and you have your pattern piece. On that, I do go ahead and write right sides facing together. So this way I know which way to place my fabric, and you can see I have my two pieces facing together here. If your fabric is the same on both sides, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and place your pattern piece down and cut it out. And this is what you should end up with. Two pieces here to create one pocket. Then you're going to go ahead and lay your pattern pockets onto your fabric, and you want that to be right sides facing together. And you want to make sure that they're lined up nice and even on each side, and then sew down. Once you've done that, this is what they should look like, and you want to go ahead and unfold your fabric so that your pockets are folded out, and you place your fabric together with right sides facing right sides. Make sure they're lined up nice and neat. And you're just going to go ahead and do one stitch sewing down all the way around the pocket and back down. And this is what it should look like once you've done that. When you fold your fabric over, you'll see you have completed one inseam pocket. Alright you guys, next we're going to go ahead and move on to the front hip pocket, and I'm using the same pattern. The first thing I'm going to do is mark how far over in the front I want my pocket to go. And then I'm going to mark how deep or how long I want the pocket to be. And I do kind of like this rectangular shape, but if you want to do a curved shape, you could do that as well. You're just going to trace along those two lines. So just place a sheet of paper down, and I'm just using regular paper here. And I'm just going to go ahead and trace around that, cut it out, and you have your inner pocket pattern here, and I write right sides facing up on that. The next thing I'm going to do is place my hand on the pattern and mark 2 dashes on the top and side that are wide enough for my hand to fit into, and then just go ahead and draw a curve. And you want to make sure that this does include your seam allowance. And you're just going to go ahead and trace along that curve and along the bottom line and the top line there. On this piece, I write right sides facing down on both sides. Go ahead and cut out that curved piece. And now you've got all 3 pieces. You have your front piece, your facing, and your inner pocket. Showing you guys here how to place your pattern pieces to complete your pocket. Use your front piece pattern and cut that out on your fabric. Use your facing pattern, go ahead and cut that out. And use your inner pocket pattern and go ahead and cut that out. Once you've done that, you're going to take your facing piece and lie that onto your fabric, right sides facing right sides, and sew along that curve. Once you've done that, you can just go ahead and flip it over. You just want to press it down so it's nice and neat with your iron. Go ahead and take your inner pocket and lay that underneath with your right sides facing up. And when you flip it over, this is what it'll look like. You just want to make sure that it's lined up nice and neat. You're going to go ahead and sew down and over, and you're only sewing the pocket fabric here. You're not going to sew your front piece. And this is what it should look like once you've done that. When you flip it over, you can see that your pocket is already taking shape. Just go ahead and lay your other piece of fabric for your project down and sew along the side seam. When you unfold that and fold it over, this is what your pocket looks like. The last thing you need to do is just go ahead and pin it down at the top So make sure your pieces are laying nice and flat. Go ahead and add your waistband fabric and pin that down, and then you would go ahead and sew all the way around. And then you are done. That's it, you guys. You have your inseam pocket and your front hip pocket. I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful. Definitely give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and feel free to share. And make sure that you guys subscribe to my channel. I have a new tutorial which will be coming out hopefully later on this week, which is going to be this jumpsuit with a zipper closure. And now you know how to add your pockets to it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. I love you all. And remember, if I can do it, so can you. Until my next video, Assalamu alaikum. Peace.